And there we go. Officially welcome to episode 11 here on New Frontier, the Forestry Edition. And it is now April, the first day of April, first of 2 days of April. And we're standing in front of our new little development here. Let me just quickly tell you what happened, because I did say I'd explain it and we'll just move on from there. But I had, so I was recording a bunch of stuff actually, and I ended up, I don't know what happened. I was about to save the game after recording all of the footage that you just saw condensed into like 14 photos. So basically I planted the oats in here, and then I rolled them. I spread manure, and then we sprayed for weeds. So that's what I did there. And then I had got the large field that we'll go look at in a second cut. So then I did the same thing over there, planted it, rolled it. I had to put lime in it to start, and then planted it, rolled it, spread manure, and then sprayed that one also for weeds. So it was an absolute ton of work. Cleared some trees, just the normal stuff. We took a run from the sawmill with some products and went and sold those. So just a very full day, very good episode. I was telling lots of great jokes, super witty, award-winning stuff. And then I saved it, it processed, and when I went to go review it, I realized that my settings were something was mismatched, and the stuttering in the video was so bad that there were times where I was getting like one frame per minute. Now the audio was perfect, everything was great, but so it looks like maybe the bit rate was way off. It changed. I think typically I'm recording in. Well, I was recording in 4K usually, and then uploading to YouTube in 4K. But this changed resolution completely. Everything changed. So I had, and I think there's episode, I don't know which episode of I had recorded of Can You Survive 25, but I had mentioned in the recording that I had experienced a couple sort of power outage / flashes. So it wasn't like a power outage, but the power flickered. We had a sort of a bit of a snowstorm come through, and I was so basically I had recorded something else, had saved it, and then immediately after saving whatever I had done, I had this power flickerage or whatever. So when I went to load back into Farming Simulator, it was telling me that I had corrupted files, and anyways, a whole ordeal. It was really quite frustrating, and actually I thought I was actually going to lose this entire game save. So I managed to kind of spend a lot of time, more time than I actually had to commit to that. Got everything sort of turned around, but I didn't realize that so in OBS, that's the recording software, for some reason all of my settings had reverted back to something, I don't know what, some jumbled mess. So when I went to actually go record, it wasn't recording properly. So that was really frustrating. I'm not by any means an expert when it comes to OBS and bitrate and encoding speed and all the rest of this crap. I researched that so far when I got it set up the first time, and then I just prayed that I'd never have to do it again. Well, all of a sudden, now I was forced to do it again. So I think I've got it dialed in now. So I'm hoping that I've run a bunch of tests. I'm hoping that we're now going to be able to record this and not have any issues. So, anyways, what a nightmare. I felt so bad for myself that I went and I said, screw it. I had about $100,000. I'm like, we're going to put in this production now, and we're going to put in this hydroponic greenhouse, kind of like sort of work this area a little bit. And I did say that at some point I might put this production in early, just to sort of earmark the space. It's money we did not need to spend until we're harvesting crops. But if you remember, oats are actually a pretty decently quick turnaround. It's only a few months, right? So whatever, a few months. We could have put this in anytime. But I just like when you feel bad, sometimes you want to go shopping or something. Apparently some people want to do that. That was like me. So I'm like, screw it. I'll just put this in. Bit of a mod drop today. Not much of a mod drop. Today's the as I go look at my phone to figure out what actual day it is. It's Tuesday, January the 14th. So we had by no means the mod. So we had nothing on Monday, which was surprising. So I thought, well, maybe we'll see a bunch of stuff drop today. Nothing today, but I understand Giants has a bit of a trade show or something in the UK, right? So maybe that's why we're now not seeing anything, but whether it's holidays or trade shows or whatever. But so in that small handful of mods, there was a really cool like decal package, and I hope we see more stuff like this. This really reminds me of like city skyline stuff. These decals. So I guess I read a little somewhere, or I was listening to Ola Haldor talk about textures now, and actually it was the roads, right? So he has a road tool which I haven't used, or I'm not using right now, but so he was talking about how these these overlay onto, or they project onto the terrain, where in the past it was sort of a hard fixed item. I think I'm probably getting that wrong, but so these decals now sort of project themselves onto. It's kind of like hydro dipping the earth. So you can see we've got this cool kind of cracked texture here now, which just sort of overlays onto the ground. So I thought that was pretty cool. I'll show you another couple examples of where I used it, but anyways, and there's in here, there's like some stain. You can't see it really because it's sort of dark, but there's some stain decals and stuff, so it's pretty cool. But anyway, so this we're going to have to go and get liquid fertilizer, and we will have to put water into it. This is not going to be functioning for a little while, but this is cool, and I hope that's not too loud. There's a light over here somewhere. There you go. Anyway, so this is our sort of bakery, I guess. We got some bunch of items in here. My sort of goal is to make flour. I can maybe make some whole wheat bread. I don't know. Whatever. We'll figure it out. But I like the way that looks there. It does fit with the map. It's got that kind of like a little bit dirty, a little bit rustic look. Anytime you can get something like this, it just sort of brings a little extra life to your map, right? We even have a security camera. Okay, so that's that. I guess I'll give you a real quick and dirty tour that you didn't get in the last episode or the last recording because it all went away. But I did point out the fact that I had picked up all the grass from the previous episode and put it in here. So about 171,000 liters. We've now started to see a couple pallets coming off the greenhouses here. So we'll get these things put into storage. There's a couple over here too, so that's fantastic. That still is not doing anything for us. This probably has nothing in it. Oh, 22,000. Okay, we're not set to sell right now, but I do need to get a planter, so we may have to change that and set it to sell. If you just poke your head in here quickly. So yes, I'm still sleeping on the bench, but I've just figured, well, you know what I'll do? I'll just stash all of the produce in here for now, right next to my bed. And then when we need to sell it, we can just come in here and get it. All right, so I hit this with those textures also. Some stains, some like tire marks. You can see the sort of tire marks that are on the ground now. We need a lot of this kind of stuff. Give us more of that. Hit the inside of this with the texture. So it's got that kind of cracked sort of look. Hopefully there's no bugs or anything. Please don't fail on me. So that stuff is all the same. I added a sprayer. So now we can spray for herbicide for weeds. We added a manure spreader. So I think we're using this for lime over on Riverbend. But it's just such a good tool. But anyway, so manure is super cheap, and we can get it out of our bulk fieldwork purchase silo. So we're spreading manure for that additional fertilizer. Some fertilizer and seeds there. I got this roller. It's a decent working width, and I can even pull it with the Z-door, which is good. How full are these churns? Not full enough. Thank you, comment section for the word churn. Anyway, so that's it. So let's check this field really quickly, and then we'll go see what there is for a planter. So there's the oats over here. Yeah, this is going to be good. This field, got all kind of widened up, and then went to town on this, and then I think what I had. Perhaps, I think I mentioned this in episode 10, but it looks like the oats will be ready to harvest basically the same time as the wheat will be ready to harvest. And then you can quickly plant wheat again. So that'll be really cool. So we'll probably merge all of this together and then make ourselves a big wheat field. Okay, let's get Big Bertha here, and I'll show you one last thing. In the last episode, that never was an episode, in the last recording that never made it to see the light of day, I was talking about the location for our home. While I don't have a home picked out yet, there really isn't one. I really wish we could get those, like the construction houses. There's a log cabin that's perfect. Like I would put that in immediately, but I'm just not doing the construction project. So anyway, so currently, like if I drive over here, this is no longer going to be on our property. So when we purchased field 50, which is that one right over there, which has a whack load of flat ground, actually, it's pretty cool. I just sort of saw it from a different angle earlier when I was testing my my video settings, and it's fantastic. So anyways, once we buy it, we'll be able to put in a driveway that comes up here. Obviously, we'll have gotten rid of some trees. Oh, we're never going to get through here, are we? This was dumb. Not when you're a good driver like me, though. So there'll be a driveway that sort of loops up here. And kind of hooks onto the top here. It'll probably go wider than this. Yeah, because I want to bypass this tabletop here. If you look at the map, we're kind of at the back edge of our land, so we'll smooth this out. And so this is one thought anyways, and then we'll make a driveway that comes in here. And then we would, I'm not going to drive in here because it'd be hard to get out. We'll have flattened and landscaped all of this and potentially put a house that sits up here on the knoll overlooking all of our land. That was kind of one thought. The other thought will be around the other side of the pond. There's actually let me say there's two more thoughts here. So there's one, if I go all the way up to the back corner, that's not on our land or the next lot we're buying, that unfortunately. But I did find out I could sell that or move it really, so I think I can get it out of the way. But there's kind of a platform up here, a plateau or whatever, so we could really rework the land and sit way up here overlooking the pond and then our land way down there. It's kind of wild when you look at it, how far down that actually is. Like our greenhouses look tiny from up here. Or then we could kind of skirt down here. I gotta see if I can remember exactly where this other spot was. I think it's right in here. Yeah, so I could sort of steal a little bit of the end of the field over there, because there is kind of that's sort of where our property ends right now. So if we either had to buy more property or steal some land from what we've already made, there's a, it's up here. I was looking at it from the air. Anyways, there's a flatness in and around here somewhere where we could enjoy this sort of look and then see our farm over there. So I guess when the time comes, we'll have probably taken a lot of these trees out anyways, but we will have a good look around and see. I've got a couple ideas anyways. We just need the house. Once you have the house, the whole thing's easy. Does it look like every angle of this tractor looks like it's sitting in some kind of an ad for this tractor? Case floaters. Buy me. Okay, so that's that out of the way. Next, I gotta try to get out of here without destroying anything in the field. Honestly, I have crop destruction on. I just don't know when things get destructed at what stage. So it's quite possible if we drove over any of our crops now, they would get destroyed. But I don't know. I don't know. Officially, I don't know. I think I mentioned this in the discarded footage, but just so the wheat field that I'm looking at now there that butts up to the trees. So I started to take some of the trees out because once we harvest that, we're going to want to expand that field too. So big amount of work over there to do to take trees out and get them processed. But I'm the guy for the job. And then you can see over there we got the hillside oat field. That'll be kind of interesting to harvest. Hopefully the undulating land doesn't screw us up for the harvester. I probably got it. Do we have flex headers available now? Hopefully we do. All right, so I know that basically today we need to more or less duplicate what we did yesterday, except slightly different in the order, or there's not exactly the same things to do, but it's very close. Which consists of putting seeds in the ground and then doing all the after planting stuff that ensures a great life for your plants. And I know that definitely takes time. So the first thing I need to do though is get something to put the seed in the ground. So we're gonna go in the store. Let's all collectively pray that there is a. Wait, first. It's was what 7? What did it say? 746, I think. Let's take our sawmills, 21,000, 36,000. Yeah, 747. So in 13 minutes, we're gonna make like 50 grand. Let's. I will between this episode and the next one, I'll be dumping a bunch of trees into the sawmill. So don't worry too much. But let's go in there and see what's available. All right, I just scrolled right to the bottom because that's where all the action is, anyways. So we have something we don't need there. Flex Draper. Is that a flexible header? Is that kind of what I was just talking about? I'm not buying that right now, obviously. Disc harrow, baler. We don't need a baler. Don't need another tractor right now. I like this tractor, but I don't like the fact that when you get it, I think this is the one that has these like axle extenders sticking out. Not a big fan of that. A 15-meter spread, 6 meters. This is actually kind of cool. But we're not making slurry, and I already have a manure spreader, but that's kind of a neat one. A big loader. I'd rather see a small forklift, to be honest. Could have used that earlier in life. What's this? A cultivator. A 6-meter cultivator. Oh, crap, that's cheap. Wow, okay. Well, maybe later on in the day, if that's still available, that might become ours. It's only a 6-meter. That's not very wide, though. But our current cultivator is only... Can I sell our cultivator? What's it worth? So that's 18,000. So this thing's 4 meters. If I sold this, I'd get $5,700 the way it sits right now. So I'm sure we could probably service it and get a little bit more. Almost $6,000. That means the 6-meter cultivator would only cost me like 12. Let's think about that. That math sort of sounds good. Anyways, no. There was an inexpensive planter in here, but it was also kind of a small working width, and I wasn't exactly pumped on that. So it was this, and it was cheap. Oh no, we're gonna end up with the same thing. So we just bought this over on Riverbend, and look at it at $45,000. It holds fertilizer and seed to a great amount. Our tractor would definitely tow it. 6.5 meter working width, and it does the things we want. There's corn. Well, for now, corn, anyways. Compared to this, like more money. 2 meter less working width, and holds like 4,000 liters less of material. That sucks. And it doesn't do canola. This thing does canola also. All right, guys, listen, I apologize for doing this, but I'm going to get the exact same thing we already have on Riverbend. I just can't help it. Like, how do you not buy this? And I'm going to buy it. It would be nice if I was buying it used, obviously, but Oh yeah, even better. And then we're gonna spend another $1,100 as a delivery cost. That's my punishment for buying the exact same thing that I'm using over on Riverbend. I just don't see how else we get around that though. Anyways. Okay, well, I could try to slide this all the way back to the shelf where we... yeah, I guess I should, right? Alright, let's see. I think we tow it from this side. I'm just moving it like this so we can slide it to the back and go get... I just want to get it close to the racks that we have, because we have seed and fertilizer back there already. I mean, money's not impossible to come by on this map, but I don't want to just blow it on extra consumables if we don't need to, you know? Sorry, that was all the fertilizer. And that's all the seed. Chances are we're never going to put more fertilizer and seed on there because we own this, so... Alright, so like $4 grand, we are filled with material. This is already set to corn. That's fantastic. So I'm going to get somebody started on this, and then I need to get a container. We're going to need to get a container that I can move liquid fertilizer with, so I can fill up the greenhouse. Oh, I don't have to go over here. I can just go to here. Alright, here's a fun side note. If you're using this planter and you're trying to activate a worker, I just spent probably 20 minutes trying to figure out something and realized I'm such an idiot. So this thing, right, when you put it in transport mode, you're just towing the trailer. You're towing it as a trailer, right? And then you have to unfold it and then hook up to run it as a planter. Well, when you've got it in trailer mode and you try to activate a worker, they're not going to work. That's such a dummy. And then I tried to use course play. Nothing was working. I restarted everything. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? And then I just realized, oh yeah, it's because it's in transport mode. So I started to think, oh my god, why is everything just going wrong? I figured we were gonna have to basically do everything ourselves manually. But good news, it's working. So let's go back and get the Z-Tor, and we'll let this person do their job, and then we'll go. I don't need a big container. I need a container of some sort, though, so we can get liquid herbicide. Liquid herbicide. So it's probably only liquid herbicide, right? Anyways, and put it... No, not herbicide. Fertilizer, but liquid fertilizer. Yeah, okay. So we need some type of container. I don't want to use the thing that I use for the water to feed the animals. I don't think that would be smart. I don't have anything else right now that can transport liquid. And then we'll come up with a solution to feed water into everything. There was also in the mod drop... Yeah, so I guess it's not working like that. In the mod drop, there was a... like a water system, it looks like, that... it kind of looks like a generator. It supplies your water tanks with fresh water, but does it supply... Oh yeah, so sorry. Okay, I thought maybe it supplied to your greenhouses because it kind of had this look like it was a distributor, but no, I'm way over here and it's telling me, yeah, place me here. Anyways, okay, so let's get. I think it's time to get ourselves a water tank, so we can actually feed these greenhouses and stop faffing, right? So let's see what's available. So that's not actually so bad if we did this. There's a water. We can just use this for water. Look, it holds. I'm assuming that's digestate, slurry, or water. So for $5,200, we can cart 6,000 liters. So roughly the same amount, we can cart 2,000 liters. And if we want to cart 6,000, it's 17. We already own one of those. I think we do this and we just don't use it for slurry. All right, we don't need whatever that is. I mean, let's go with standard and not go with Mosha. We're not using the newer system. Oh, hub color. Never mind. Okay, that works for me. I mean, it clearly said or showed the water icon at the bottom there. What this doesn't do, though, I just realized. Silly. Water wasn't necessarily our overall issue. Our issue is liquid fertilizer. Alright, well, I wonder if this would allow us to put... Let's just see if I pull up to here. Slurry, water, digestate. Alright, so no. Let's go get water that I know we won't have to pay for. We'll put that into the hydroponic greenhouse. Actually, let's pull past this thing and see if there's a trigger to fill it up so we can... Yeah, see, there's no, like... Nothing triggers for that to fill it up. So what is it? You put it in once and then it's... And then once it's empty, it's just done? Alright, I don't really understand that thing. You buy it, you put it in, it has water in it, it feeds your greenhouses, and then that's it. Alright, well, I'm going to quickly get some water into these two. I'll get some water into the greenhouse, and I think I have a plan for the... I think I got a plan for the liquid fertilizer, actually, so be right back. Okay, I was able to sell back into the system our liquid herbicide, rinse this out thoroughly, and now I've just filled it with 1,500 liters of liquid fertilizer. So would that work in the real world? I don't know, but it worked right now. So let's see how much liquid fertilizer this takes, and then we can fill it up. I think that goes here, no? Whoa, 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 whoa. No, 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 no. I just thought that little thing at the back there was for liquid fertilizer. Oh, it'd be so simple that they both go to the same place. All right, so we could fit... So I'll do one more thing of liquid fertilizer, because then we'll just basically leave that to run for a while. I'll top up more water maybe tonight before I go to sleep, in-game sleep. And I think what I'm going to do, I understand still the strategy is going to be for lettuce, but I do want to have a good... I want an opportunity to sell as much as I can up at the store, the farmer's market, just to see it full and see all those poor depressed people who do nothing but walk around in circles. I want to see them happy. I just want to see them happy. So I don't understand the cycles per month. I think I mentioned that before. But if I look at chili peppers in our standard greenhouse, it's 528 cycles per month. And when I look at it here, the chili peppers are twice that. So lettuce at 912. Oh. Lettuce at 1,008 cycles per month. 912. Okay, so maybe not everything. Let's deactivate that. Maybe, so obviously one is better than the other, right? So if that's the case, then let's be smart about this. Garlic is 720. I don't have garlic up here. Napa cabbage. So that's 672. 1,500. So let's I think we might have just designated this as our regular greenhouses as lettuce and garlic, but let's deactivate that. Let's deactivate that. Spring onion? Nope. Strawberries? Yep, so strawberries here, 528. Strawberries here are 456. Bye-bye. Tomatoes, 912. Tomatoes, 1,056. All right, so we're growing lettuce and chili peppers. Here, no, we're growing Napa cabbage and chili peppers. And here it's garlic, lettuce, spring onion, strawberries, and tomatoes. Okay, well, good times. Looks fantastic in here. Makes me feel like fresh and wonderful. All right, let's put one more load of liquid fertilizer into that, because then we are going to have to put this to use. We're going to be putting herbicide back into it so we can spray for weeds once we get our corn planted. You'll get a look at this as we come into the compound later, but I like what this sort of does for it. Kind of creates a little interest as you're driving in here. Remember, everything was just a scraggly wall of trees before that. Some of the trees were literally right in the road. Not anymore. Okay, so we're down to $16,000. So I think while the guy's planting, let's see what kind of. Oh, for a second I thought I refilled it. Let's see what kind of distribution we can do. Let's get the trailer. We'll put our weight on. We'll get the trailer. Oh, sorry. Wait, there's one more thing I'm going to have to do here. Our goats are probably pretty low on water. Yeah, and then what we'll do is we'll go load the. Well, we'll take a look and see what we can sell anyways, because I think it looks like basically all the wood products are always fantastic value, so there's very little fluctuation there, so we can probably take whatever's available now and just go sell it, so we got a couple bucks in the bank. I hope we start to see more like planters and stuff, because otherwise every time we go to play, I'm going to have no choice but to use the exact same thing. Unless I score something on sale. It's kind of frustrating, but that is a good planter. Decent working width. It works well. No issues with it. I think the only thing is when you get on uneven ground, but that might be more of a farm sim thing and not that specific implement itself. Tractor has such a weird transmission. It'll just all of a sudden shift into a strange gear and just hold it. I'm trying to. I guess I'm taking the long way around. I just wanted to get this thing sort of lined up over there so I can load it properly. I'll load the wood beams onto it, and then we'll try to slide the other stuff that has to go to the cooperage on there, and we'll go dump it in the cooperage. There. That's all I was trying to do. That's all I wanted. So then I guess my goal for between episodes is going to be, jam the greenhouses with water, so I don't have to worry about that, and then trees, and then very soon we're gonna have to start planting some trees. We're gonna have to get serious there and pick a spot, and I've got like 120 saplings already. So I definitely want to plant trees. I just got to make it a priority. I think that's one of the things that was lost in the recording. Somebody in the comments in one of the episodes had brought up the point that like a lodgepole pine is a great tree. It grows quickly or quicker than maybe the other trees in its category. So you'll be able to harvest them sooner, but it's only worth what it's worth. An oak tree in that squirrely category of trees will grow just as fast as that lodgepole pine, but be 4 times more volume in wood. So it kind of got me thinking, my God, I spent all this time trying to avoid those trees, that type of tree, and now I'm considering putting in a stand of oak trees that, if they're close enough to the sawmill, as soon as they're ready, I just have to cut them down, hook a winch to it, and drag them into the sawmill, because that's just how the sawmill works. So we may actually end up planting our nemesis, which is kind of funny. But I mean, I don't discriminate when it comes to money. We just want to make more, or in any way, in anything, to be honest. But especially when it comes to making money, if it helps us, then I'll do it. Oh, I discovered something else too that I wasn't aware of. One thing that I was having trouble with in that, we'll call it the lost episode, was wood chips. I brought 2 boxes of wood chips from the cooperage up to the farmer's market where I'm supposed to be able to sell it. And the cartons that the wood chips come in, I had no way of actually emptying them into the bulk delivery point there for the farmer's market. So in frustration, I just brought them back here and I just stacked some pallets. You'll see them right there underneath that, like, sawdust dispenser or whatever that is. Anyways, then I realized afterwards I should be able to just hold those over top of a trailer and they would likely just dump themselves into a trailer. Or perhaps I can pull up to the side of them, hit the R button like on a PC, and then have it just fill into the trailer. So then that got me thinking, because I've never been able to figure out how to get the wood chips out of the sawmill. So then I tested it with my little green trailer. I pulled up to the bin there, and it gave me the option to fill the trailer with wood chips. So I believe it's May. There's sort of one time of the year where the wood chips are worth their most. I want to say it's May, and so we just got to keep our eyes on that, and we should make a substantial. I think it's about, I want to say it's about $500 per 1,000 liters for the wood chips, which is pretty good. Alright, that should deliver. Yeah, there you go. I have to check on our little buddy out there in the field, make sure that he's going okay with the corn planting. It's still out there anyways. I'm liking the selection of crops that we have going in here. The oat, well, the wheat obviously was early on, and now the oats and the corn. I think it'll be fun harvesting all that. Ooh, some weight there. All right, not my finest work, but I'll take it. All right, just checking here, but I think this is pretty much always best price, yeah. All warehouse. Farmer's market or warehouse, it literally doesn't matter. These are always all the same price. The one that makes a difference, if you look here, yeah, $540 for wood chips at top price versus currently $300. So it's January actually. So we can stockpile wood chips to January. Oh, I remember that on. I think I remember that on like Maz or something too. January was the time to sell. And we had like millions. No, was it Maz? No, it was, what am I talking about? It's on, just now, actually, on Riverbend. I think Maz we just sold whenever. That was an FS22. But yeah, on Riverbend, January was the time to sell, and we had quite a few, if I recall. Because we were, yeah, that's right. Because when we started our Survive 25 challenge, we didn't have the sawmill, the Josh's sawmill, Gaming Joy, and we were chipping all of those trees. Oh, what a nightmare that was. That's probably why I don't remember. I think just subconsciously I blocked it out. Chipping all of those crazy trees was horrible. So I think I'm realizing selling all these beams and these wood projects probably a little bit premature. I mean, ideally you'd want to have a full load before you make the drive up there, but honestly, we kind of need some cash right now. I don't know what else we're going to need it for today, but I'd rather have it in hand than not. So, because I mean, we got workers to pay for and stuff. Speaking of which, we're going to have to check on our worker here in a second, but I want to make sure we have the money. Destroying this beautiful bathtub. This custom-made bathtub for the smallest person I've ever, like, are these for dolls? It could be like for a dollhouse. Yeah, see, it seems like a bit of a shame to just take this sort of half a trailer load up there, but whatever. As soon as I get back, I'll jump on the roller. Or, well, we'll move the guy over. And then I'll jump on the roller, yeah. So here, let's strap this down. All right, nice and secure. So the other thing that I was somewhat showing off in the last episode, but maybe what I'll do is do it here. So I spent quite a bit of time setting up, nothing, by no means nothing fancy, but I did set up a basic course around the entire map just so we could use auto drive. So right now I have this set to go to the pallet unload point at the farmer's market. We're gonna jump out when we pass the guy planting. Yeah, so we'll let this go, and then when we get up there, we'll just have to unstrap everything and sell. There. I think this guy's done now, is he? Uh-oh. Watch it, everybody. I may as well just finish this off as usual, take all the glory. So yeah, so there goes our worker. I've got it set, the corners are set to 50% speed, so nobody will ever roll. So that guy should safely get us to the farmer's market. Yeah, it looks like this was just about to done. It looks like this was just about to be done, which is awesome. So now I can move this over to the next field, and then I'll be doing some of the work, I guess, when we get back from the store. So if you can see across on the other side of the oat field there, that's where. So that's where that other field 50 would continue. So it basically goes straight along the line of the oat field all the way back. And you can see how flat that is? There's like just this massive flat area over there. So, I mean, obviously that's going to turn into fields, I guess. I don't really know what else to make it. Okay, that looks good. The only thing I could think that we could make it would be a like a huge cattle yard or something. Okay, so it needs one stage of fertilization, which not surprising. Look at it, it didn't even use. It barely used any material. The solid fertilizer and the seeds are like next to nothing. That's awesome. All right, have at her, dude. All right, we're gonna go up to the store and see how that guy's going. All right, just in time. We are just pulling in. So I have it. I got to get those arrows off there. It's showing the next step every time right now. So currently, I have this set up to do a counterclockwise loop around the farmers market. I have it sort of side missions set up for that sort of bulk dump there. I have another side secondary route or whatever that goes through the delivery point for the warehouse, and then this one cuts off here to go to this. So dude will stop there. I can unstrap. And yeah, now we'll just go back. So $26,000, not so bad. I already looked, you can't see any of the wood products inside the market. I'm really banking on being able to see all the produce in there though. All right, that was a nice, relatively uneventful drive. I can see we might have some problems around the corner there when this guy goes to try to turn around. See the trees on the inside corner over there? I don't know, whatever. We'll see what happens, but I just anticipate maybe some issues. Okay, so I guess we can probably grab the roller now and go tackle that other lot. This is when I kind of wish we had 3 tractors, because I could take whatever the third tractor was, put it on the roller, grab a worker, and then we could stack produce. But no, that would be just a little too rich. Surprised I haven't run over any of the wheat yet. I know it's coming. So while we're chatting, a couple of big investments that will be coming up. Obviously, we're going to need a harvester. We're going to need 2 headers, one for grain and one for corn. And then I'd like to get the money put together to buy lot 50. I think it's like $170,000. But I think once we have that bought, obviously it opens up the opportunity for far more trees to slay. But I think I think we can then expand the field that we want to expand right here. Potentially, I don't know what to do with animals. I kind of want to get cattle, but I don't know if that's crazy or not. I'm curious to know what the deal is with manure, and does it work? Because I thought it didn't, but then I'm seeing the odd YouTube video where somebody's actually has a manure heap, right? And they're pulling manure out of their enclosures. So I don't know what to think of that. And can we get manure from water buffaloes? Whoa, did you see that? Did you see that roller slide around that corner? All right, we're gonna have to fix that corner. Holy mo! It just drifted around the corner. But yeah, I understand that the mozzarella made from the milk of a water buffalo is primo stuff. Is that right? Wow. And when we roll into May, things are going to look good, man. We're going to have... These fields will be germinated. The other fields will be cooking along. May, June, July. I think we'd be not too far away from finally being able to harvest. I guess what we'll do is, because I don't really think... Unless we're either expanding fields, I don't know what other fields we're gonna do. You could literally go field crazy if you want, and always just keep putting in new fields. But that doesn't seem like fun. Maybe we just make the existing fields bigger if we can do that. That'd be cool. But yeah, I guess it's just in those other summer months there. It's what do you do as a farmer? You just play golf, I guess, right? Fish, play golf, whatever. Hang out with other farmers. But no, we'll probably just spend our time in the trees and not hiking or bird watching, but cutting them down. Possibly staring at our field of oak trees, wondering why we ever brought that tree to this map. And is oak the one to do out of those horrible trees? I want to go onto Riverbend actually at some point and take a look at what, like there's that lot that we bought up on the hill, and as of the time of recording this, I've only started to take some trees out of it. So I'll be curious, knowing that maybe we're going to put those kind of trees on this map. I'll be curious to see which ones are take, because there's some that give me $20,000, which is massive. Like they're basically they're like 19,000 liters. It's crazy. It's huge money. All right, I just swapped with the worker and had them go over and continue rolling for me so I could finish off the seeding here, as I do. And we're just about to run out of fuel, which is perfect timing. It's beeping. But yeah, man, things are gonna look good when we cruise into the next month. Hopefully, we get we sell we sell a ton of wood, and then we see a bunch of really cool stuff come up in the sale. I don't really know what that could be. I don't know. Like I said, well, it'd be nice to find a good harvester, and like not like the lower spec harvester. Like, let's be nice to get a good one. I don't think it'd be like that CR511 or whatever, that gold one or whatever that is, but just something respectable. So when we show up at the harvester convention, we're not embarrassed. Must be 2 headlands that has to be done, but maybe the guy. I probably caught him at the one end. I just swapped. I didn't even notice where he had already been, but it did look like he was on the headlands, which was good. So next step will be manure. It's funny with manure. So I was about to, in the last episode there, I was about to go with slurry again. And then I thought I was going to end up kind of in the same boat as I normally would be. And then it sort of dawned on me that maybe we could do manure. So I can get manure out of the bulk purchase up there. It was literally cost me $200 to fill the manure spreader. And then, and then it provided that extra fertilizer state, which was perfect. And if we wanted, we can always spread for dual, for dual application. Obviously, we didn't need to right now because we have fertilizer in our planters and seeder, but it's there if we need it. But yeah, and then I discovered the really cool steamer effect on the manure spreader, where as it's spreading manure, it's obviously hot, steamy manure because there's steam coming up out of it before it hits the ground. I thought it was kind of funny. I'll have to make a point to try to spread manure in the winter at some point. I think it would look absolutely horrific. So what do you think of the idea of having 2 cornfields right next to each other? Does it seem a little weird? Should I have done a little more diversification and thrown a different crop in here? It seemed to make sense to me anyways. It's easy to want to just have giant fields, but if you can have, some large fields, kind of cover your produce needs that way. That's kind of cool too. I wonder what happened at the end down here. We'll check out the mini map in a second just to make sure that we have good coverage. Of course, it says it needs rolling. That makes sense. We are, for the most part, partially fertilized. There's grass there, so I guess we got some fertilization out of that. And there we go. We got all the yellow and earth tone shades going. I'll keep my eyes open for a wood chip specific trailer. Something that can just basically house our wood chips. Oh my god, this door is amazing. Look, this is a 6.5 meter planter. that fits through the door sideways. So I just can't drive, but it still fits. At some point here, we'll have so much stuff that we're gonna have to sort of refold this. But for now, we can just park it on the wall like this. How's that for luxury? Perfect. All right, let's get them into the next field, and then we'll start spreading manure, I guess. And by we, I'll mean we'll start, and then I'll likely pause the recording, put it on a worker, go make a coffee, and come back to finish everything up. I'm not going to lie, that is a kind of the way you got to do it sometimes. Awesome. Okay. That's good news. Oh, shoot. Just before we run into trouble with a worker out of fuel in the middle of the field, let's go put some fuel in. That's not going to go over well if they're running out. What do you think of my... after getting beat down with the non-recording episode, my knee-jerk reaction was to just go and build out a new area. Do you think I handled that well? It's like retail therapy. Alright, I probably should have started this guy closer to the edge, but now he's going to go find a headland to start at, I guess. Sorry for confusing you, mister. Where is he? No, he said, screw you, I'm starting in the middle after all. Alright, well, as long as that doesn't create any problems for us, I'm good. Yuck. Just got a nice manure bath. All right, it's been a pretty uneventful process so far. I did manage to make that coffee, which was good. Definitely don't want to go too far in this game without a coffee next to you, I don't think. Never went so far as to order the Farmer Cop coffee. Maybe I got to do that next. Kind of partial to just Tim Hortons Keurig cups. And consume them by the dozen. Most good things from Tim Hortons come in dozens. That's where are we at? I'm almost halfway through this tank of manure. I've been going through a substantial amount of manure, so having a larger spreader might not be a bad thing. This spreader has, it's nice because it's got a decent working width and it's definitely towable, but I think having larger capacity would probably help us. We're probably going to have to go fill up again. Maybe one more time, maybe two more times before we're done here. We'll check on the roller in a second here too. But once we got the manure taken care of, then it's literally just spray herbicide and then these fields, the cornfields are done. Oh, I'm missing. Then what? I guess once the cornfields are done, the wheat field's fine. The oat fields will have been completed. Then it's basically just back to logging, I guess, right? We can work to expand the wheat field over there, like I'd already talked about. That could be sort of one of our logging projects. Clear out the road that we've already started on over on the other side of the goats. We can get a lot of logs out of there. We'll use the money we make from the logs and the products we produce. We can use that to fund our harvester, the headers, and then the next field purchase. And hopefully not long house. I guess not only did I make a coffee while the workers were kind of getting ourselves to this point, but I also it's the next day. So today's actually the next day. So so today's so I started recording this on the Tuesday, and now it's a Wednesday. But one of the things that I thought was interesting, there was another mod release from Giants today. So we've now had 2 days in a row where we've got mods, which is great. Not a ton of, I mean, we have a snowman pack, so stuff like that in there, which, I think we're going to end up with a lot of stuff, like depending on specifically what you're looking for in the game, you may or may not see it. There's a 22 meter plow in there, which, holy crap, that is a wide width. But I can see if you're on a map like this, and you can just set up a course play and have them go cut your custom field, for example, you can make a huge field in a hurry with a 22 meter plow. I think it required like 350 horsepower or somewhere around there, which is pretty reasonable. Says a guy with a 400 plus horsepower tractor, obviously. But yeah, that was pretty substantial. There's a couple. I'll be curious to see. Actually, I want to check it out. Maybe this might free us from the silage pits. But there's a fermenter in there. We may actually just quickly check that out. I'm not a big fan of silage pits. Never really have been. Always was a fan of the fermenting silos, because you literally just pull up, dump it in there, and off it goes. So I could be swayed to remove the pits and put it in a fermenting silo, which then would make every time we have to sell or mow grass, whatever, then we can just pop it into there. So that was in there. There's a feed mixing building. So there's some interesting things in the mod drop. But it's not the 100 mod day that kind of wondering at what point that's going to be. And there's no maps in there, no tractors, no drivables, really. Just placeables and sort of instruments. I'm gonna have to get a little bit more manure just to finish this off. I could leave it, but no, let's just go get the manure. And it looks like our friend over there rolling is going to be done any second, maybe. Possibly done already. Yeah. I'd say they're done. Let me stop them while we're filling this up. Not that I really got to sit around for long. All right, you're done, brother. I was watching so like I said, I did start recording this on the Tuesday, and I'm now finishing it up on the Wednesday. So I was watching sort of an initial part of a Gaming Joy live stream last night, and he was on a map in beta, I guess, Oberschlauberslingen or whatever. I don't. Sorry, brutal. Maybe I can put a link to. He's reposted the live as a replay, so maybe I can put a link to that if I remember in the description. But man, it was a cool looking map. It was a 4X map, definitely made by a detailer. I sort of made that comment in the stream. Wait, we're not done. I got to put manure in this field. That's funny. Yeah, I was only able to watch part of the live stream, so I do want to go and sort of watch the replay. But yeah, even though it was a 4X map, it looked like everything was heavily detailed. A lot of thought put into sort of field layout, all that kind of stuff. So now but just watching the little bit I watched, there was some issues with, for example, things missing collisions and stuff. So when that map is done and ready to ship or whatever is going to happen with it, it looks amazing. Like you could literally get lost in a 4x map, and there's enough sort of rawness to it, like large fields, forests, that kind of thing, where you could almost do a starting from scratch survival series on it, but in the context of a like a real place or a big place. Actually, I think he said it was based on a real place. It's like I want to say this is the one it was like a valley, and then sort of forestry ran into the valley. Yeah, it was just great. Go! I hope I can remember to put the link in the description, because it's definitely something to check out. And then obviously we need the map to release. Let's see if I got a place to turn around back here. I love this area. I love how this area is so different from where we were just plowing, like with the openness over there. We're plowing. We weren't plowing, where we were spreading the manure and rolling. Yeah, it's very different, right? I can't fit under there. I kind of want to make sure I keep some of the trees and not just clear cut everything around our yard here, so it sort of continues to have that real sort of woodsy feel. Okay, we got a little bit of produce to stack, I think, while our friend over there continues with the manure spreading, and then we'll have to jump in periodically, I think, to let me get the weight. We'll have to jump in from here and there to help refill it, but actually, and then, you know what, let's move the produce and then I'll grab the sprayer. Forgot about that. But whatever, you know what, I can do the sprayer after when you guys are gone. Let's just get this, we'll just get some of these stacked, so you can be further impressed with our storage. I don't usually do myself any favors when it comes to greenhouse placement and then where the pallets come out. It tends to be snug. All right, let's see if these vegetables are too heavy or not. I don't know, I can lift it. Having these, all the produce stacked right next to my quote unquote bed, made it feel like I was waking up in a grocery store in the produce aisle. It had a nice fresh smell to it in the morning, which I can't imagine once I hit summertime, if we haven't sold these, I don't think it's going to be smelling too fresh. On the topic of that map that Gaming Joy was previewing, so there's definitely a number of off Mod Hub maps popping up, and you know, some of them are works in progress. Shoot, you know what? Sorry, I'm just looking at this. This is going to be more of a pain with this guy constantly becoming empty. I think what I should do, we'll fill this up. I'll jam the last couple those last couple pallets into here. I'll get the sprayer on this guy and put him on a worker, and then maybe together we'll just close out with the manure. Because yeah, I can sort of see how I'm gonna have to. I can't really do much else other than babysit the manure spreader because it's gonna be empty so often. But yeah, I think we're going to be, well, so just on the topic of those maps, I don't really want to go. There's nothing more frustrating than jumping into a map all excited and then realizing what its shortcomings are, and then having to adapt the way you're gonna you play on the map. A good example of that, I remember being very excited about the Peligny map from MA7 Studios when it first came out, and it was when I was moving from Valley Springs, and I had concocted some whole story about my great aunt Pam marrying Jacques du Gatineau and moving to France, and we used to visit them when they were kids, and eventually so that's how I sold everything in Ireland and moved there. But lo and behold, that map, you couldn't. There was an unbuyable portion. So between fields, you couldn't purchase the land, which meant then you couldn't extend the fields. Which, if you've seen anything I've done here, everything I do, I don't buy a. Like if you look at Riverbend, like I don't think there's a field there where I didn't go and extend it. So, but I discovered that the hard way after I'd already put a ton of time into it. So there's nothing more frustrating than discovering these things, right? So you kind of want to have them flushed out. Now, that could mean a bunch of things, right? So I mean, that was a map that I don't think I got that off Mod Hub. I think I got it off the modder himself. Doesn't mean that it wouldn't have passed and gone on to Mod Hub, because not every map is 100% buyable, right? So it's hard trying to find something. And then I'm watching. So if you do happen to watch that video from Josh, Gaming Joy, he's got basically now a series where he's streaming and kind of like visiting these maps and sort of determining what might be issues or whatever. It was just 24 meter working with, right? Is that what I was saying? So that kind of information is very useful, especially if you're going to try to make some kind of content, right? So I appreciate what he's doing there in sort of like doing the work for us and essentially helping us test he's live testing these maps so we don't have to, right? But I could definitely see working on a map like that. I think I mentioned earlier, I'd love to see a map like this, but in a mountainous region. I think that'd be really cool. It's something to really kind of amp up the difficulty in a survival series. I don't know. Lots and lots of stuff to come. I got to see how long these series last. I mean, I'd like to get through. I'd like to get to the point where we can at least harvest the crops that we are growing, and then see how the production works. So, but I don't. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what starts coming out with maps, because I know. I mean, I can enjoy, playing on a map or doing a series or whatever, but if nobody really wants to watch it, then I might as well just do, and then you start to think, well, I may as well just not record it, and then I can just record something else. But we'll see. We'll see over the long run what happens. I know this series has been, if views on YouTube are any indication as to the popularity of something, this series has been more popular than the Riverbend one. But I can only assume that has something to do with the fact that Riverbend is a base game map, and really the majority of the content that people are making is all on that map anyways. Whereas this map, while it's the only mod maker map, it also has a few little bugs, and maybe that's keeping some people away. So it has been a more popular series. It seems like, anyways. But so then when new stuff starts to come out, what'll that do for the popularity of stuff like this, I wonder. I can tell you I've got a lot of stuff that I still want to do on the map, so hopefully you'll come with me and enjoy, right? Let's fill up while we're over here. These fields are eating this manure. The big field over there I don't think did the same. I thought it was a little lighter on manure. All right, looks like maybe one more pass here, and then we'll let the sprayer take it home. We'll go as soon as I'm done this. We'll get this off the field, and then we'll look up this fermenter and see what the story is there. Because I haven't actually. I literally just downloaded it. I added it to this save game file, whatever. I added the mod, so we'll go check to see what it's all about. I'm thinking that this episode, unless I get antsy and post an extra one over this weekend, this is probably like today's Wednesday, the 15th. Yeah, my guess is this is coming out at the end of next week. So who knows what mods will have come out by then. I'd love to post videos every day, but I just could not keep up with that. And then, I mean, next week I have a pretty full week of work, regular work booked anyways. So it makes that kind of makes things really hard. There you go, delivering up that hot, steamy cow turd since 2025. Okay, so that fermenter should be in productions. $30,000. Fermenter and mixer. Okay, that has a look. That actually has a look that would fit well in this map too. So this area, we may try this anyways, because if I take this, yeah, because we only leased that forge pickup, right? We didn't actually buy it. Yeah, I think we leased it here. So I could potentially sell these off once this silage is done. We could place this in a number of different places, even like right here in the middle, and then perhaps put another greenhouse in where where the fermenters are right now. Yeah, this has a cool look to it. And then the nice thing about these is when it comes time to selling your grass, you literally just set a worker up on a course. They come here, they load up, they go dump where you want it sold. They come back, they keep going and going and going. No customizations to it. Yeah, I really like the look of this thing. All right, so I'm going to get this field done myself, and I think we're going to leave it there, guys. So that's a wrap on this episode. I feel good now knowing that we have crops growing. We have 3 different kind of crops growing, all with a future home in our new production building that I retail therapied myself into. Spent almost about 70 grand on a production, some landscaping, and actually the landscaping, I want to go back and look at it, but that just the leveling out of that area actually cost quite a bit. But anyways, we put the effort in, we built it, it's going to be there when we need it. But yeah, it definitely was a little bit of just trying to make myself feel better after some of the frustrations of the recording and that. But anyways, I think we're back on track, so that's good. I hope. I only hope. But yeah, so again, appreciate it. Thanks for all the support, especially in this series. You guys are fantastic. We're even getting close to 3,000 subscribers. I think we're at 2,600. So that 3,000 I think is going to be pretty. I'll be pretty amazed to see that. I'm pretty happy to see that. So I'm looking forward to when we hit that point. But yeah, I appreciate everything, guys. Thanks so much, and I will see you in the comments. Bye now.